In GTA Online this week, we have some fantastic ways to make money that you can take advantage of to save up for the new Courts Center Heist DLC that's coming out on July 14th, which is probably going to cost a fair amount of money. If you enjoyed this style of video and find it useful, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you're new. Let's get started. This week in GTA Online, the weekly challenge is to complete 3 FIB files from the Garment Factory business, which is a business that is on bonus money to begin with, so this just makes it even better. To take things a step further, Rockstar is also being overly generous with some other bonuses this week. However, if you played last week and already got these, you won't be able to claim them again. Rockstar is giving a one-time login bonus of $500,000, which you'll receive within 72 hours of logging in. Additionally, they're also giving out a $1 million bonus for completing any heist in GTA Online as well. So if you haven't done that already, that is going to be up for grabs, and it's going to be available all the way until July 13th, a day before the new DLC comes out. So make sure to take advantage of both of these bonuses. If you haven't logged into GTA, get that 500k. If you haven't done a heist yet, get that $1 million bonus. Now, to start us off this week with the actual money bonuses, we're going to be going over the single highest paying money opportunity this week, which is going to be doing the FIB priority file, which is paying 4 times money. Now, the priority files are only available one time, and they typically pay just over $300,000. However, this week the fine art file is paying a whopping $1,224,000 for one mission that can take as little as 25 minutes to complete. Now, in order to run this mission, you will need to own the Garment Factory business, which costs $2,350,000. However, this week, luckily, it is on a 40% discount, meaning it's going to run you just $1,410,000 to purchase it. Now, for the fine art file, there are 3 extremely easy setup missions, which I'll be breaking down quickly in this video. The first setup is the EMP charges mission, and for this one, you simply go to Redwood Lights in Blaine County. You're going to break into a container which has the EMP charges inside of it. You're going to take them and return to your Garment Factory business. Now, for the second mission, you can do the approach vehicle setup or the facial recognition setup. We'll start with the facial recognition setup. You're going to need to steal a surveillance drone from the Vespucci Beach area, and then you're going to have to go and identify a target and get a scan of their eye to gain access to the building in the final mission through a retina scan. Once the target is identified, simply leave the area and immediately begin the next mission through the Darnell Inc. app on your phone. While you're in the app, you might as well start heading towards LSIA, because that's where you're going to have to go for the next mission, which is going to be to steal an approach vehicle for the final mission. You're going to break into the hangar, and once you're inside, you're going to have to destroy all the control boxes to unlock the hangar door. Now, there will be a ton of enemies in here, and you'll probably want to thin them out as you go. Once you've done this, you'll be stealing a helicopter and bringing it to the marked location near the Garment Factory, and that is where you will be able to begin the final mission. Now, once you're in the finale, you're going to take that helicopter to Maze Bank West, where you're going to be infiltrating the office. There's a guard on the rooftop, and then you're going to hack the door to gain entry into the building. Once you're inside, you're going to be planting the EMP charges to take out the electricity in the office. There will be some guards to take out in the first room, and once the charges detonate, you'll turn on night vision and clear the office out. Now, when you're inside, you're going to be looking for a hidden switch, and you're going to know how close you are to it by the signal strength. Once you get it, you're going to have to hack into a panel which will open up a secret room, which is where you're going to steal the art piece from. Now, you can steal a couple things in here, so make sure you get it all. Once you've got the art, leave the office and you're going to get it to the buyer, and there will be some additional enemies that come after you during this mission. Take care of them and you're pretty much done. You've now secured yourself a minimum of $1,224,000, unless there are further additional bonuses that you can get for a first time completion, for example, or if you do some of the other checkboxes that it suggests at the end of the mission. Now, additionally, the rest of the FIB files in the Garment Factory are also on double money this week, meaning the rest will pay around $300,000 or just over upon completion, and they also all take roughly 25 to 30 minutes to complete. So this is a really good way to earn money this week in GTA Online, and I highly recommend taking advantage of it. Now, moving on, we also have the Acid Lab on double money this week in GTA, which is a fantastic way to earn money in its own right, but there's some additional stuff you can do to earn even more with it even faster. To get the Acid Lab, you're going to need to complete the first dose missions, which this week will actually give you a totally free Acid Lab because it costs nothing to install the Acid Lab in the Brigade 6x6. So if you haven't done these yet, I would recommend it this week for sure. Additionally, the Fooligan jobs, which you'll need to complete 10 of to unlock the equipment upgrade for the Acid Lab, are on double money as well. you're going to call Dax to request these missions. So definitely get yourself an Acid Lab this week and get that equipment upgrade, it's going to be worth it. Now getting back to the Acid Lab itself, it's normally going to pay around $350,000 for a full sale of acid in a private lobby, or about $510,000 if you have a full high demand bonus in your session. But this week, it's going to be paying right around $700,000 every time you sell full product in a private session, which is going to turn out to be more like $1,025,000 if you sell in a session with a full high demand bonus. Now, full acid stock takes about 3 hours to produce if you use the built-in acid production boost inside of the Acid Lab. Now, if you don't have it available because you've already used it, for example, it'll take about 4 hours to go from 0 to full acid product, provided that it has supplies to make the product the entire time as well. However, with the release of the mansions into GTA Online, acid became a lot more profitable in terms of money per hour because of the mansion production boost. Now, this triples the production speed of the business for 24 hours, meaning that with both production boosts stacked, it'll make 0 to full product in just 1 hour of in-game time, which means up to $1,050,000 in just 1 hour, which is just crazy to think about. Now, the best part about the Acid Lab is that when you go to sell, you're guaranteed a single vehicle to sell with, which is also upgradable in the form of the Acid Lab delivery bike. This business with the mansion production boost is already the fastest producing business in GTA Online, but on Double Money, it is absolutely insane how much money you can actually make from running the Acid Lab. So this is definitely something I recommend taking full advantage of this week in online. The HSW time trial this week is going to be Pacific Bluffs to Mount Gordeau. You're going to start here at the Courts building and you're going to want to follow my route that I do here on screen. I recommend getting something with good handling and a good top speed, like a Banshee GTS for this one, and there are lots of higher speed corners throughout this time trial, so it's going to make a perfect candidate for this one. This time trial is going to take us down the Tongva Valley Road, all the way down near the church on the west side of Harmony. You're going to take the route that I do here in the gameplay, and you're going to go along the Alamo Sea, all the way like you're going to Grapeseed pretty much. However, you're going to want to turn off like you're going to the O'Neill Brothers Farm or the Lighthouse, which is of course where this time trial is going to end. Cross the bridge, boot it to the end, and boom, that's an additional $250,000 for those of you that have it available. Nice and easy, definitely a good way to earn some money this week. So guys, there you have it. Those are the best ways to make money this week in GTA Online, and honestly, it's pretty awesome for making money. Now, it's not quite as good as last week with No Way Out on double money or 4 times money for GTA Plus, but this is definitely a hard week to complain about in all honesty. I really hope you guys take full advantage of these bonuses and save up some money for the new DLC coming on July 14th. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you guys are new. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.